Guys, again, straight down here. Amira, Paulie, straight down here.
Feeling in New York.
No, nobody hangs out in the Brooklyn Bridge, baby. Don't hang out in the Brooklyn Bridge.
Hey, don't mess that money up. Paulie, don't you mess that money up.
There you go. Tell him. Yeah, just come straight on the eyebrow.
Don't mess that money up. Set it for the ring. You won, go.
Stay down.
My first healthy full year in a very long time. I got a great team around me, which is not something I've always had in my career. And really, the performance is going to speak for itself Saturday. Listen, we get up there, we talk a lot, but I know Amir can fight, and I know it's a work of a night on Saturday night. But I'm so ready. I had such a great camp, and you're going to see the best of Malignaggi Saturday.
So you've changed trainers. What's changed for you?
We went back to the strategy. Sharif Unum, my head trainer right here. We just went back to the strategy. Speed kills, man. And you just can never abandon something like that when you have that gift.
That's what his great asset is.
Absolutely, it is. It is. And you know what? I'm not saying he's slow either, but I come with a little more intelligence. I've dealt with fast fighters. He hasn't. I've dealt with fast fighters. I've been in with great fighters. Not yet. He hasn't. So we'll see how he deals with it. Because I know how to deal with it already. Obviously every fight is like a book and it'll tell its own story. And Saturday night we'll tell the story again. But we got a great game plan for him, man, and we're here to match his speed and even outspeed him, so we're going to see. That's the fun part. What's going to happen with two such speedy fighters?
You sound confident, but he does too.
Yeah, of course, and you know what? All power to him. You're supposed to sound confident. If you're not confident, you might as well go get another job.
You've been involved in a lot of big fights. Can you see that confidence is a confidence that he means rather than just feels he has to put on?
I don't really try to get into people's minds too much in that way, like try to read into them too much. He sounds confident. I'm assuming he is. Listen, they're going to ring the bell on Saturday night. Whether he's confident or not, we're still going to have to fight. So that's the way I look at it. All the trash talking I do, that's fine and dandy. You know what? It's a lot of fun. I get a kick out of it. People get a kick out of it. But I know the bell's going to ring on Saturday night, just like it rings on all Saturday nights for any of my fights. And, you still got to handle your business, and I don't try to read too much into people's heads more than I have to, because I know I have to prepare myself mentally and physically as well, and I've done that very, very well.
So at 29, can you promise that you're still improving, or have you just slowed?
Aquí estamos con el Celestino Caballero, ¿cómo se siente?
Bueno, gracias a Dios, es súper excelente y bueno, por acá tú sabes, ¿no?
¿Qué planes tiene para su carrera en el futuro?
Bueno, los planes por mí son grandes planes, pero hay que esperar que el promotor Divela pueda conseguir esos planes que tengo planeados, así que y las otras partes también acepten.
Si tuviera una preferencia entre Yuriorkis Gamboa y Juan Manuel López, esos son los nombres que están ahí más famosos. ¿Cuál es su preferencia en enfrentar cada uno?
Bueno, mi preferencia ya algo más que todo, algo que ya viene muchos años, de un par de años casi, es con Guama. Por supuesto que él era campeón en las 122 libras y posteriormente ese es el que vengo pues de que estaba en mi peso, queriendo una pelea contra él para demostrarle que no es lo que él dice, sino es que acá es algo totalmente diferente a todos los boxeadores con que él se ha enfrentado.
¿Y qué piensa de la pelea de este sábado entre Paulie Malignaggi y Amir Khan?
Bueno, hace una excelente pelea. Bueno, definitivamente Malignaggi tiene que tener demasiado cuidado, pero pienso yo que Amir Khan debe retener su título.
Muchas gracias, buena suerte.
And Paulie Malignaggi is a big name. He's a dangerous fighter. Just come from a good win, and a recognizable fighter. In the UK, a lot of people know me, and I got a lot of respect. And you can say the red carpet is laid out to me, because I've done so much at such a young age. But it's not got to my head. I'm still nice and calm, and and the same thing will happen in the US one day. Because I'm one of them fighters, I love to train hard, love to fight, and I love to win. And if I keep on winning, then it's going to happen here one day, because the good thing about it is the UK has seen the talent I have, and I want the Americans to see the talent I have.
He believes that being that you got knocked out before, he says that you don't deserve that title. King, does that bother you? Does that get into your head at all? And when you go into the ring on Saturday night, are you going with that mentality, like, are you gonna get to him?
Oh man, he's not gonna get to me one bit. All the best fighters in the world got knocked out and come back. If you look at the best fighters, Muhammad Ali, he got knocked out, he come back and won a world title. Amir Khan's done the same. That knockdown taught me so much, and it made me realize how serious this sport is, and I can't make no mistakes. And I think it's a blessing in disguise, because if that knockdown didn't happen, I don't think I'd be sat here in New York now. And to the fans out there, I just want to tell them that I've learned the hard way, and I'm not going to make them mistakes again.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
We love you.
What's up? Appreciate Freddie keeping it sporty, man. That was cool. To correct Amir's manager, if they were on the Brooklyn Bridge asking where's Paulie, how can they ask who's Paulie? If they're already asking about me, they can't be asking who I am, bro. So stop making up stories. All right. To add one more point, I was supposed to be at that little tourist thing, but I didn't want to walk around New York like a gay tourist hanging out with you guys, so I just decided to stay home and train instead of taking a bunch of pictures. Yeah, I saw them on the internet. You guys look real happy. Cool. All right, on to business, man. Tell you, man, it feels like it's taken forever to get to this fight, man. I've been training real hard. It's exciting. Exciting for a lot of reasons. Exciting because obviously it's a world championship fight. Another exciting thing about it is, I made some statements after I lost the Hatton fight. I said, yo, you know what? I don't think that was me, man. I don't think that was me all year, actually. If you look at my fights in 2008, I think they were garbage. And you know what? I never fought like that in 07, 06, 05, 04, my amateur career after that. So even after 08, and I changed my team around, and by the way, when everybody was getting thanked, I gotta make a big thank you to Danny Milano, my cut man. I don't want to cut myself off. Cut man, I've been my cut man from the start, man. He makes it. When I'm bleeding, I don't even feel anything, man. That guy stops every cut. But yeah, even in 09, I came back and I looked different again. So, I understand that 08 was probably the year where I was probably the most under the microscope because I had a world title, and everybody probably remembers those fights the most, or maybe most of you probably only watched the fights I had in 08 because again, those were my championship fights. I can't keep reiterating the fact that, I really feel like I had a trainer who trained me against the grain, try to teach me like I never had boxed before in my life, just try to turn everything around. Dude, I showed up at his training camp after I lost a world title fight to Miguel Cotto in a 12-round war. Everybody wanted to discredit Paulie Malignaggi. It always comes down to the fight of discredit Paulie Malignaggi. Yo, he's making excuses. Okay, well, I had a big 09. I had a big enough 09. It could have been better. I didn't have to get robbed in the Juan Diaz fight, but I think I proved my point. I came back. I did what I had to do. And this is the redemption right here. This is what I was waiting for, because nobody thought I was going to be back in a world championship fight. They had Terry talk about they wrote Nate's obituaries a bunch of times. Well, all you guys know you wrote my obituary. Even if you smiled to my face, none of you thought I was going to be back in a world title fight. That's not a bad thing. You're entitled to your opinion. None of you thought I would be back here. So this is a big redemption for me. The opportunity just to be here and the chance to beat a champion that everybody right now, because you're saying it right now, this guy's so great, he's the future, he's all this. So don't forget, after the fight Saturday night, after I've beaten him, what you were saying. Because I don't want to hear Amir Khan was overrated. I don't want to hear Amir Khan had to go to Vancouver. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything. Okay? You're going to give me my credit. Okay? Instead Amir asked me. Instead Amir, his manager was saying, he wants the biggest fights in America. Or Richard said, he wants the biggest fights in America. You want to Paulie Malignaggi. You know what they say, bro? Be careful what you wish for.